I never thought my own sister would try to kill me. But here I am, Zelda Morgan, lying in a hospital bed with a broken arm, 3 cracked ribs, and a concussion that's making the room spin like a carnival ride. My family's always been messed up, but this takes it to a whole new level. Growing up as the younger sister to Vanessa was like living in permanent shadow. She's the golden child, straight-A student, homecoming queen, dad's pride and joy. Meanwhile, I'm the family disappointment according to my parents, Richard and Karen. Too loud, too opinionated, too much of everything they don't want. You're just jealous of your sister's success, Mom would say whenever I complained about Vanessa stealing my stuff or talking shit about me to my friends. Why can't you be more like Vanessa? Dad would ask when my report card showed B's instead of A's. Last Sunday was Dad's 50th birthday. The whole family gathered at our house. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, all ready to celebrate the great Richard Morgan. I tried to stay invisible, hanging in the kitchen while Vanessa played hostess, soaking up the attention. "Oh, Vanessa, you look gorgeous. Are you still dating that handsome doctor? Vanessa, honey, tell everyone about your promotion." I was slicing tomatoes when Vanessa came into the kitchen, her smile dropping the second we were alone. "Can you try not to embarrass the family for once? Your dress looks like you bought it at a thrift store." "It is from a thrift store. Some of us don't get blank checks from Daddy." "Maybe if you weren't such a disappointment, you'd get nice things too." I gripped the knife tighter. "You know what, Vanessa? Fuck you." Her eyes widened. "Excuse me?" "You heard me. I'm done with your shit. 23 years of you making my life hell. Don't blame me because you're a loser. At least I'm real. You're just a fake Barbie doll who'll fall apart the second Daddy's money stops flowing." That's when Vanessa's perfectly manicured hand shoved my chest. Hard. I stumbled backward, bumping into Uncle Frank, who was coming to get more ice. "Whoa, girls! What's going on here?" he asked. "Nothing," Vanessa said, her voice honey-sweet again. "Zelda's just being dramatic as usual." Later, I was heading upstairs to get away from everyone when Vanessa followed me. "You think you can talk to me like that and get away with it?" "Leave me alone, Vanessa. You've always been jealous of me. It's pathetic." I turned on the stairs to face her. "Jealous? Of what? Your fake personality? Your shallow friends? At least I have friends. You don't have friends. You have an audience." I saw it in her eyes first, that cold, calculated hatred. Then her hands were on my shoulders, shoving hard. I remember the moment of weightlessness, the sickening drop of my stomach as I fell backward. The edges of each stair slammed into my body on the way down. The crack of my arm breaking was so loud it seemed to echo. Mom and Dad were at the bottom of the stairs. They saw everything. I saw the shock on their faces. But then, something worse. A silent agreement passing between them. "Oh my God! Zelda fell!" Vanessa called out, rushing down the stairs with Oscar-worthy concern. She pushed me," I gasped through the pain. Dad knelt beside me. "You must have tripped, honey. Vanessa was trying to catch you." My own father, looking me in the eyes, lying. "No, she—" "Shh, don't try to talk," Mom interrupted, already building the wall of denial. "Richard, call an ambulance." As they loaded me into the ambulance, I caught Vanessa's eyes. She wasn't even pretending to be upset anymore. Instead, there was something new there. Satisfaction and something else that scared me even more. Relief. Like she'd finally done what she'd been wanting to do for years. The ambulance ride was a blur of sirens and pain. By the time we reached County General, my arm was swollen to twice its size, and each breath felt like knives in my ribs. The EMTs wheeled me through sliding doors into the chaos of the emergency room. 23-year-old female, fall downstairs, possible fractures and head trauma, one of them announced. A nurse with tired eyes and box braids appeared beside me. Her name tag read, Imani. She shined a light in my eyes while asking questions. "Can you tell me your name?" "Zelda Morgan. Do you know what day it is?" "Sunday, my dad's birthday." "Good. How did you get hurt, Zelda?" Before I could answer, Mom swooped in like a hawk. She tripped coming down the stairs. Clumsy accident. She's always been a bit uncoordinated. I tried to speak, but Mom squeezed my good hand so hard her nails dug into my skin. Such a scary fall, Mom continued. Thank goodness Vanessa was there trying to catch her. Amani looked at me, then back at my mother. Something in her expression changed. I'll need to speak with the patient alone for a moment. Standard procedure. That's not necessary, Dad cut in, suddenly appearing at the foot of the gurney. We saw everything. Nevertheless, Amani said firmly. A doctor in blue scrubs joined us. I'm Dr. Keller. Let's get you to X-ray. In the X-ray room, away from my family, Dr. Keller's professional demeanor softened. Those injuries don't look like a typical stair fall. The angle of the fracture on your humerus suggests a rotational force, and these defensive bruises on your forearms? I told them what happened. Nobody's listening. I'm listening now. My sister pushed me. My parents saw it, but they're covering for her. They always do. Dr. Keller nodded slowly. Unfortunately, I see this more often than you'd think. After the X-rays, they put me in a curtained area. Through the thin fabric, I heard Vanessa's voice. She's always been jealous of me. I think she might have mental problems. She's accused me of things before. Has she been evaluated by a psychiatrist? That was Dr. Keller. No, but we've considered it. She makes up stories for attention. My phone buzzed from my purse that Mom had brought in. It was Jake, my boyfriend of 8 months. Holy shit, Zelda, I just heard. Are you okay? Not really. How'd you find out? Caitlin texted me. She was at the party, said your sister pushed you down the stairs. My heart stopped. Someone else saw? Yeah, apparently Caitlin was coming out of the bathroom when it happened. She's telling everyone. Hope bloomed in my chest for the first time since hitting the floor. Can you get her to come here? Or make a statement? That's why I'm calling. She tried to talk to your dad about it and he went ballistic. Told her she was mistaken and to mind her own business or he'd sue her for defamation. Classic dad. There's more. Vanessa pulled Caitlin aside and threatened her. Said if she kept spreading lies, she'd make sure Caitlin's scholarship got pulled. Can she even do that? Caitlin's scared. Her dad works for your dad's company. The curtain pulled back and Vanessa entered, her eyes widening at the phone in my hand. Who are you talking to? She grabbed for my phone. Back off! I clutched the phone to my chest. Give me the phone, Zelda. Get out! Haven't you done enough damage? Vanessa leaned in close, her voice dropping to a whisper. Nobody's going to believe you. You know that, right? You're the family screw-up. Always have been. Caitlin saw you push me. Something flickered in Vanessa's eyes. Fear, maybe? But it vanished quickly. Poor Caitlin. Would be a shame if her dad lost his job in this economy. The curtain moved again, and Dr. Keller returned with a police officer. Miss Morgan? I'm Officer Diaz. I'd like to ask you some questions about your fall. Vanessa's perfect smile returned instantly. Officer, thank you for coming. We're all so worried about my sister. She's been having these episodes lately. Confusion, paranoia. It's very concerning. As Vanessa spun her web of lies, I caught Dr. Keller's eyes. She gave me a slight nod, and I realized I might have one ally in this room. But against my family's money and influence, would it be enough? Officer Diaz pulled out a small notebook while Vanessa continued her performance. We're just so worried about her mental state. The paranoia seems to be getting worse. Interesting, Officer Diaz said. Because I just spoke with a young woman named Caitlin in the waiting room who tells a very different story. The color drained from Vanessa's face. Caitlin's here? I asked, my voice cracking. Arrived about 10 minutes ago with cell phone video. Dad burst through the curtain, his face red with anger. What's this nonsense about a video? Who authorized police involvement? I did, Dr. Keller said, stepping forward with my x-rays. These injuries are inconsistent with an accidental fall. The hospital is obligated to report suspected abuse. Abuse? Mom gasped, suddenly appearing behind Dad. That's absurd. We're her parents. The abuse didn't come from you, Mrs. Morgan, but from your daughter, Vanessa. Dr. Keller pointed to specific areas on the x-ray. These fractures show directional force consistent with being pushed, not falling. And these defensive bruises on Zelda's forearms indicate she tried to protect herself. This is outrageous, Dad sputtered. I'll have your medical license for this. You can threaten me all you want, Mr. Morgan, but the evidence speaks for itself. My phone buzzed again. Jake had texted. Caitlin showed me the video. Holy shit, you okay? Should I come? While my family argued with Dr. Keller and Officer Diaz, I discreetly called my Aunt Diana, Mom's sister, and the only family member who ever stood up to my parents. Aunt Diana, I need help. Zelda? What's wrong, honey? I'm at County General. Vanessa pushed me down the stairs, and Mom and Dad are covering it up. Jesus Christ, are you serious? There's a witness with video, but Dad's threatening everyone, the doctor, the police. Say no more. I'm on my way. 20 minutes. When I hung up, Vanessa was in full damage control mode. Officer, my sister and I had a minor disagreement, but I was trying to help her when she lost her balance. Ask anyone at the party. I've already taken statements from 3 guests who contradict that version, Officer Diaz replied. And the video, while not showing the actual push, clearly captures you following Zelda up the stairs with hostile intent and your parents' reaction afterward. Let me see this supposed video, Dad demanded. It's evidence in a potential assault investigation. Investigation? Mom clutched her pearls. This is a family matter. Assault isn't a family matter, Mrs. Morgan, Officer Diaz said. It's a criminal offense. A nurse arrived with discharge papers and a wheelchair. Miss Morgan can be released if she has somewhere safe to go. She's coming home with us, Dad said firmly. Like hell I am, I shot back. Language, Zelda, Mom hissed. You saw her push me and you lied. Both of you. Why would I go anywhere with you? Because you're broke and have nowhere else to go, Vanessa smirked. Actually, said a voice from the doorway, she's coming with me. Aunt Diana stood there, all 5'4" of her radiating fury. Her short gray hair was uncombed and she wore mismatched shoes, clear signs she'd rushed out of the house. Diana, this doesn't concern you, Mom said coldly. My niece in a hospital bed concerns me plenty, Karen. You always take her side? Vanessa whined. Because your side is usually wrong, sweetheart. Aunt Diana moved to my bedside. You okay, kiddo? Been better. Dr. Keller handed me a folder. Here's documentation of your injuries, my medical assessment, and contact information for victim services. Victim? Dad exploded. This is ridiculous. Zelda, tell them this was all a misunderstanding. I looked at my father, really looked at him, maybe for the first time. His expensive watch, his tailored shirt, the way he stood like he owned the room and everyone in it. I'd spent my whole life trying to please this man who'd never once stood up for me. It wasn't a misunderstanding. Vanessa pushed me and you both saw it. You chose to lie. You chose her. Again. Don't be dramatic, Mom said. I want to press charges, I told Officer Diaz. Vanessa's face contorted with rage. You ungrateful little bitch. Add that to your report, officer, Aunt Diana said dryly. This will ruin my life? Vanessa cried. You should have thought about that before trying to end mine, I replied. As Aunt Diana helped me into the wheelchair, Dad made one last attempt. Zelda, if you do this, you're no longer part of this family. I met his gaze steadily. Doesn't look like I ever really was. Aunt Diana's cluttered one-bedroom apartment became my sanctuary as I recovered from my injuries. The morning after my hospital discharge, Officer Diaz arrived with paperwork spread across the coffee table. We're charging Vanessa with second-degree assault. Your parents face obstruction charges for lying to medical personnel. She showed me the video Caitlin had taken. It didn't capture the push, but clearly showed Vanessa following me upstairs, then my body tumbling down. Worse was watching Mom and Dad immediately constructing their lie while I lay broken at the bottom. Will I have to testify? Possibly, but most cases like this settle before trial. My phone buzzed with texts from Jake. Your sister just got arrested at work. It's all over social media. Within hours, Mom called, her voice shrill on speakerphone. Zelda, drop these ridiculous charges immediately. Your sister was escorted out in handcuffs. Not happening. Vanessa's career could be ruined. Maybe she should have thought about that before pushing me down the stairs. I'm warning you, drop this now. Is that a threat, Karen? Aunt Diana interrupted. After hanging up, my parents emptied my bank account, canceled my car insurance, and disconnected my phone, trying to force me back home through financial pressure. 2 days later, Dad's lawyer showed up unannounced. The Morgan family is prepared to offer $500,000 in exchange for dropping all charges, with a non-disclosure agreement, of course. Tell them to shove their hush money. I want justice, not cash. 3 weeks later, we sat in the district attorney's office, facing my family and their legal team. Miss Vanessa Morgan pleads guilty to misdemeanor assault, 6 months probation, anger management, and community service. Mr. and Mrs. Morgan plead to lesser obstruction charges with fines. That's it? I asked. For first-time offenders, this is standard. Looking at my family. Vanessa's smug face, Dad's cold eyes, Mom's fake distress. I realized they were already suffering what hurt them most. Public humiliation. Fine, but no NDA. I want to tell my story. Absolutely not! Dad slammed his fist down. Then we go to trial. I bet the local news would love an exclusive. They reluctantly agreed after consulting their lawyers. As we left the building, Vanessa brushed past me. Happy now? You've destroyed everything? No, Vanessa. You did that when you pushed me down those stairs. For the first time, I saw something unexpected in my sister's eyes. Fear. Not of me, but of a world where her actions had consequences. And for the first time in my life, I felt truly free. Would you stand by your family even if they were clearly in the wrong? Or would you break family loyalty for justice? Think about it. How many people choose blood ties over doing what's right, protecting abusers instead of victims? Was Zelda justified in pressing charges against her sister and parents? Or should family matters stay private regardless of how serious? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more controversial family dramas that make you question where your own loyalties lie. New stories every day.